Ah, Christmas time. A time for family, presents, and anything but violence. Many will get Sonic Frontiers today, but let's play the game a little differently. Sonic's usually a pretty chill character, so let's see if we can answer the question and bring Christmas cheer to the Starfall Islands. Can you beat Sonic Frontiers as a pacifist? Yeah, it's not possible. There are big scary titans on the islands not showing their Christmas spirit, and we have to destroy them to progress. It's unfortunate, but we can't complete the challenge. So, let's see if we can beat the game with as few casualties as possible. Let's establish the rules of the challenge. We are not allowed to destroy any enemy, Guardian or Normie, which extends to the enemies in cyberspace as well. The 4 titans, Giganto, Wyvern, Knight, and Supreme are the only exceptions. Looks like their lack of Christmas spirit has come back to bite them. If I do kill an enemy or Guardian for any reason, I need to restart from my last save. Only if the enemy dies though. If I accidentally love tap them and they survive, I can continue without resetting. We are also playing in normal mode, so we don't have to fight the end. Now that we've established the rules, let's begin the challenge. 'Twas a beautiful day. Me and my friends were on our way to spread Christmas cheer to the Starfall Islands when suddenly a wormhole appeared and we all got sucked in. I landed in a familiar yet strange landscape, so I immediately looked for a way out. On my journey to find an exit, I saw an adorable creature. It looked so precious, but the game wanted me to kill it. But I refused. I was Sonic the Hedgehog, and I wasn't gonna harm a single soul. So I came up with a genius strategy. Jump over them. And this ended up being my go-to strategy for any enemies that blocked my path. Eventually I escaped, but then I awoke to another strange land with a voice in my head telling me what to do. I went along with it. They didn't tell me to commit any murders. Well, except for the Titans, but let's be honest, they had it coming. Now it was time for my pacifist journey to truly begin. Oh wait, never mind. The game forces me to kill these 4 precious souls. It's not even like you could skip this part. A barrier forms around you that locks you in with your victims. I tried to escape, but to no avail. This was the moment I never wanted to come. I had no choice. I murdered all 4 of them. After the butchering, I felt awful. Even Sonic himself looked upset, and I don't blame him. But I decided to press on. And I was immediately forced to kill yet another innocent soul. So yeah, the challenge is impossible. I tried going around the arena where you fight the ninja, but there's an invisible wall surrounding the door. But for the sake of this video being longer than 5 minutes, we shall press on, stained with the blood of my victims. We'll keep a kill count in the corner to keep track of my murders. But if you thought going from 0 to 5 kills in less than 5 minutes was upsetting, the voice in my head wants more blood. After unlocking Psyloop, we're encouraged to test it out on some innocent enemies. But luckily, there are no barriers around it, so we can just walk past them. Then we get to the portal to the dreaded Stage 1-2. However, we need to kill a tower to get a gear to repair the portal. But there is a way to skip this and Stage 1-2. Allow me to introduce the Joshua method. Found by a sinister taco, the Joshua method involves boosting off the right side of the portal. You can make it to the invisible barrier and get on top of it. While you're on it, you're able to boost off of it in the direction of the bridge, and just barely manage to hit the spring by parrying to catch yourself mid-air. The only problem with the Joshua method is that you don't gain your ability to climb until you get to the second island, which is a problem when you fight Giganto, but you can still get to his head without climbing. Now, because I'm not cool enough to perform these speedrun tricks, and I have a deadline, I had to kill the tower and play Stage 1-2, but I'm not counting the tower as a kill because you can avoid him. And for future reference, I'll only be using speedrun strats if absolutely necessary. After completing the tutorial, we get a Christmas present! Portal gears, vault keys, and memory tokens. Thanks, Santa! With our present in hand, we proceed through Chronos. We free Amy and start her quest, collect emeralds, and refrain from committing any murders. Until I ran into a problem. Now to get the white emerald, you need to clear this little obstacle course where the white emerald rests at the top. However, getting to the obstacle course itself is the problem, as the spring you need to hit to get to the course is under this very impolite tower. Now you would think that this is another required kill, but there is a way to get past it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the DSS Shuffle. Found by Darkspine Sonic, the DSS Shuffle gives you a massive amount of vertical momentum, which is exactly what we need. The trick is activated by locking onto an enemy and performing a dodge roll, stomp, and boost. The timing is very tough, and I can only get this mini version by locking onto this enemy. But it worked, and I was able to complete my trial and get the white emerald. And for the record, you can just use DSS Shuffle to outright skip all of Chronos and go fight Giganto without needing to collect any of the Chaos Emeralds. Before we finish Amy's quest and fight Giganto, let me introduce you to the man who makes this run possible. Big the Cat. I already went over this in my Sonic Frontiers Platinum video, but Big's fishing is extremely lucrative for collectibles. The general progression for an island in Sonic Frontiers goes like this. You use memory tokens to free your friends and do their quests. You defeat Guardians to get portal gears for cyberspace levels, and you complete objectives in the cyberspace levels to get vault keys to unlock the Chaos Emeralds. You see the problem here. We can't kill the Guardians in this challenge, which should halt our progression. But thanks to Big, we can not only buy gears, we can also buy vault keys and memory tokens. So keep Big in mind for later islands. Santa has us covered this time with his post-tutorial gift, but for other islands, I'll be doing the most pacifist thing. Fishing. Upon completing this puzzle, I can make my way over to Giganto's arena, the home of Kronos' Grinch. Once there, I make my way up his body like an annoying ant and rip the emerald out of his head, taking its power for myself. With the power of chaos and Christmas flowing through me, I transform into Supersonic and push my pacifist ways to the side to beat the Christmas spirit into him. Unfortunately, I think I gave him more than he could take. When I went to give him a hug and let him know that he could stomach the nice list, I accidentally ran through his chest cavity and he subsequently blew up into a million pieces. I was immediately reprimanded by some weird alien, but the voice in my head told me to spread the Christmas cheer to the next island by taking out the Grinch there. On the second island, I get to work on spreading Christmas cheer and taking out the Grinch. Now there is a skip for Ares Island as well, and unlike Kronos, we are gonna have to resort to that. This is because if we do Knuckles' quests, eventually he'll make us brutally murder 4 innocent towers, and my pacifist heart just can't handle that. To do this skip, we need to free Knuckles and obtain a Chaos Emerald. So after collecting memory tokens and paying Big a visit for some fishing, I'm able to purchase the keys and obtain the emerald. Once I do that, this little girl shows up and she summons the Grinch of Ares to attack me. Well, we know who's making the naughty list. Once we complete this chase, we can speed over to the Crane Game puzzle area and climb over the puzzle area very easily. This method was discovered by Clove, and it's brilliant. Once here, all we need to do is find the boss trigger. There he is. Now it's time to inject the Christmas spirit into him. He does his best squid impression to delay the inevitable, but I take his emerald, turn super, and start the Christmas injection process. At the end of the battle, something miraculous happens. I don't commit another murder. It's a Christmas miracle. The silly Grinch wyvern ate its own missiles like they were Christmas cookies. All I did was open his mouth, but that was for his monthly checkup, and his teeth are pretty fine. Now for Island 3. This one, despite having a literal volcano, has snow and ice, and you know what that means. We're spreading Christmas spirit in style. Now, fully decked out in my Santa suit, I'm ready for Chaos Island. This is our first island with no major skips, so we're going to be utilizing Big a lot this time around. But then something unprecedented happened. I ran out of purple coins. I was so shocked at first, but it makes sense. I have been speeding through the islands and I haven't gotten a single Starfall night yet. So now I have to manually get gears from dig spots and vault keys from cyberspace without killing anyone. At least I get to spread some Christmas cheer across the island, and while I'm doing that, you should leave a like and subscribe. Come on, it's Christmas, and I would greatly appreciate it. With the keys in hand, I need to get to the section with the blue emerald. But I decided to take a different way there. Mainly because I forgot how to get there, but also to play with my own rules. Around Chaos, there are eagle enemies that you can actually ride on, and they'll only get destroyed if they crash into something. So, with some careful steering, me and my new friend make it to the blue emerald section. And then he bounced off a tree and disappears. At least he didn't die. After collecting the emerald, the coolest Grinch shows up. But since I only have 1 emerald, I hop on that squid's trail and book it. I am not fighting that guy. He doesn't give up that easily and throws his shield at me, and it begins chasing me. But once the chase comes to an end, I make a shocking discovery. Knight is not a pacifist. Because he just straight up murders that poor squid! In that moment, I knew when the time came to beat the Christmas spirit into Knight, I would gladly cast away my pacifist ways and cut him in 2. After starting Tails' quest to take my mind off the brutality I just witnessed, I finally got a Starfall Knight! So I collected every shard I could find and left my fate to the slots. I had a good amount by the end of it, but I saved my coins and went back to cyberspace for more vault keys. After doing some boring Tails missions, we reached a bit of a roadblock. The bridge minigame. This was a doozy because no matter how you slice it, we're gonna have some casualties. That's because these rude enemies insist on being right above the spots I need to go through, and I can only damage boost twice because of the limited hits I'm allowed to take. Oh no, but that's not all. There are these springs all over the place that'll waste your time if you hit them. And then there are these other enemies who you can accidentally homing attack, causing me to restart the minigame and put a DualSense controller on my Christmas list because I was gonna throw mine out the window. On my best run, I was able to get away with only killing 2 enemies, bringing my total to 7, and staining my hands with even more blood. But other than that, there were no other casualties in any cyberspace levels or the climb to the White Emerald. And after a nice, relaxing game of pinball, it's time to avenge my friend Squid. And this fight is anti-pacifist. Night Grinch may have given Squid a quick and painless death, but I wasn't as merciful. After cutting him in 2, something weird happened. These towers started rising from the ground, and they didn't have any Christmas lights on them. But I was just getting worse. The more lives I took, the more exhausted I was. Killing Night didn't make me feel better. If anything, it made me wonder if I was actually doing the right thing. Should I really have continued the run after the first forced kill? Was my exhaustion a sign that I wasn't making the right move? Or was it a sign that Rhea Island would be the bane of my existence? This island really did make me throw my controller out the window. No, it didn't. Trying to clear this island as a pacifist was infuriating. All because I couldn't do this stupid frame-perfect trick. I recorded for about an hour and I was only able to shut down the second tower without any casualties, but you need DSS Shuffle to do the rest, with some exceptions. Luckily, Speedrunner Emerald shows how DSS Shuffle makes this possible in his speedrun. Now for the exceptions. Tower 3 is an enemy next to the shutdown switch, which you can't use if there's an enemy in the vicinity. And you need to kill these 2 water monsters to escape their bodies once you get trapped inside. But interestingly enough, this enemy right here is not a required kill. This is my footage, and if you keep holding left, you can indeed get past it without needing to commit another homicide. But unfortunately, it wasn't enough. I've killed too many, and now I'm struggling to move. Covered in the cybernetic blood of my victims, the guilt is caught up, and I've succumbed to my fate. Left to rot in the realm of the naughty list. But then my friends showed up. They see me in my sorry state, at my lowest, covered in the blood of my victims. But they don't get upset. They encourage me to be better. They put their faith in me to spread Christmas joy. They said if I stop here, then the ones I was forced to kill all died in vain. They all channeled their Christmas spirit into me and took my place in the realm of the naughty list. They knew I was the only one who could defeat the last Grinch and bring Christmas spirit back to the Starfall Islands. My friends, I won't let you down. I hereby vow to stay true to the challenge and never take another life as long as I breathe. It's here that we learn that the voice guiding me the whole time was the Grinch himself. He's been freed and now he plans to steal Christmas itself from the Starfall Islands. I can't let that happen. I won't. It's time to save Christmas.
I'll save Christmas.
And yeah, I stuck to my guns. I went to big and fished like a madman, getting all the vault keys. When I ran out of purple coins, I had to frantically scour the land for the memory tokens I was missing. I collected 6 Chaos Emeralds and prepared for the final battle, but the little girl from before came up to help me, probably because she didn't want to end up in the realm of the naughty list like I was. Oh, and Eggman's here too. He shows up to give us the last Chaos Emerald. With the emeralds powering me, I transform, discarding my Santa garb because I don't need a suit to channel my Christmas spirit. I have my friends, and the clothes still had some blood on them. Staying true to my word, I show up to fight the Grinch controlling the last Titan. Not to kill him, but to beat the Christmas spirit into him and stop him from trying to steal it. And yeah, I still don't like this fight, but when we beat him, neither he nor the Titan perish. But the Grinch is never one to give up. He will take Christmas from the planet if he has to. He heads to space to prepare for his worldwide heist. But I won't let him. The little girl asks her dad for permission to help save Christmas. She then proceeds to pilot the Titan without a license, and we head to space. In space, we see the Grinch's final form, a moon. He tries to fire a Christmas snatching beam, but the little girl and I block it. Then she pitches me like a baseball so I can non-lethally subdue the Moon Grinch, which I do. Kinda. As the Grinch prepares for one final desperation attack, the little girl sacrifices herself and steals the kill, permanently ridding the world of the Grinch. As the battle concludes, my friends return from the realm of the naughty list and I slowly descend to be with them. Now that we're together, we can finally go and celebrate Christmas, because everybody gets a happy ending. Except Eggman. In the end, there were 10 total required kills, so it ultimately is impossible, but all things considered, I think we did pretty well. I hope you guys enjoyed this 300 subscriber special, on Christmas no less. Thank you all for 300, I love you guys so much. Let's see how many likes we can get on this video. For Christmas, guys, come on, let's blow this out of the park. That's all from me. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and remember, violence is never the answer.